Effects of Russia-Ukraine war to the world. Since the end of the Cold War, one of the most significant international wars to take place has been the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. The conflict has had a huge impact on the area as well as the rest of the world, with repercussions both directly and indirectly that will continue to be felt for many years to come. In the following paragraphs, I will address the direct and indirect consequences that the conflict has had on the local economy, as well as the economy of the international community and the entire world. The war's effects have been felt in this region the most directly than in any other. The battle has caused significant damage to the infrastructure, and it has resulted in the displacement of more than 4 million people and the deaths of more than 10,000 individuals. The conflict has had another direct effect on the region's economy, which has resulted in a decrease in the gross domestic product, GDP, of both countries and an increase in the rate of unemployment. In addition, the war has resulted in a substantial decline in the region's stability, which has led to heightened tensions between Russia and the West as well as an increased likelihood of additional armed conflict. The war's aftermath has been felt all around the world in a variety of different ways. The escalation of tensions between Russia and Western nations is among the most important of these factors. The war has resulted in a breach of confidence between Russia and the West and has intensified the geopolitical tensions that were already present. Because of this, Russia has been hit with a variety of economic penalties which have further hampered the country's already struggling economy. Additionally, the conflict is responsible for a rise in nationalism in Russia, which has further contributed to the widening gap that exists between Russia and Western nations. The war has also had repercussions for economies all throughout the world. Because of the violence, the supply of goods and services coming from the region has been disrupted, which has resulted in increased pricing, decreased investment, and slower economic growth. In addition, the conflict has created a fall in demand for Russian goods and services due to the imposition of sanctions, which has led to a decline in revenue for the economy of Russia. In conclusion, the conflict has had a considerable influence on the state of world security. The conflict has made it more likely that Russia and the West will engage in another military combat, which has the potential to escalate into a more widespread conflict. In addition, the conflict has resulted in a breach of trust between Russia and the Western nations, which has led to a reduction in the level of international security and an increase in the likelihood of additional instability in the region. In conclusion, the conflict between Russia and Ukraine has had a tremendous effect not only on the local area but also on worldwide society and the economy of the entire world. The battle has had significant repercussions, the most notable of which have been the destruction of infrastructure, a slowdown in economic growth, and a rise in tensions between Russia and the West. The conflict has had indirect impacts, like as heightened geopolitical tensions, economic sanctions, and a decline in demand for goods and services from Russia. Last but not least, the war has an effect on international security, as a result of which there is a greater possibility of new armed conflict and instability in the region.